Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Liv with New Insight, and thank you for joining me in another video. The title of today's video is The Importance of Self-Examination. Let's get right into the discussion. I was thinking about self-reflection, self-examination, also known as introspection. It's important because we need it for self-growth and self-development. It helps us to identify things that we need to change or improve. Even if we're not conscious of these things at first, with the proper way of doing self-examination, certain themes will surface. But when they do, however, we have to be mature enough and in a growth mindset where we're able to own it, accept it, take accountability, and then be willing to do what it takes to make the changes or improvements necessary. But having a growth mindset means we're receptive to correction and willing to grow and evolve as a person in all areas of life. So when a person points out something that they have a problem with about us, understand that if you're doing self-examination and you have a growth mindset, you understand there's no reason to get angry, defensive, or dismissive. Even if we feel a way, we're able to stay calm and regulated and have an adult conversation. Now, of course, the way a person brings up an issue does matter. Their tone, their words, their approach, and so on. And I realize there are certainly times when people will say things about you just because they want to be negative, contentious, find fault, start drama, have something to say for entertainment, and they might be jealous of you, hating on you, and so on. But I also think that even if we don't think what a person is saying has validity or truth, if enough people are saying the same thing, and if we ourselves notice a common occurrence or theme throughout our life, I think it's worth entertaining, meaning taking some time to self-reflect and at least look at things from multiple perspectives and not just our own perspective. Ask yourself questions such as, could it be true? Even if that's not my intention, could I be missing something? I've certainly had to ask these questions many times in my own life, and I regularly engage in self-reflection just as a way of checking in with myself, making sure I'm good mentally and emotionally, and that I'm on track, if you will, with priorities in my life, including self-care, my goals, relationships, and so on. And listen, when you engage in self-reflection, even if you do see where you can make some changes, for example, you see how something you said or did could have come across a certain way, be conveyed differently from what your intention was. Be careful not to criticize or condemn yourself, nor do you owe anyone a long lecture or sermon about your revelations or reasons why you said or did what you did. Always acknowledge and validate the person's feelings and let them know that you understand and can see how things may come across a certain way. Let them know that was not your intention. And this is important, let them know how you plan to address it or do things differently moving forward. All of this is key. Or ask them how they would like to see things differently moving forward, especially if the person is someone you value and respect or have a more personal, intimate relationship with, like your spouse, partner, or children. And this is not about kissing anyone's butt or being a people pleaser. Rather, it's about making sure you understand each other's needs and expectations, you're on the same page, and you are recognizing and addressing the issues. Now, if you and the person do not have personal ties together, just acknowledge and validate their feelings, still let them know that was not your intention, and keep it at that. You don't owe them anything more than this unless it's, for example, your employer and they're asking you for a plan of correction, for example. But the point is, don't be afraid or shy away from self-examination, introspection, self-reflection. And yes, you might find some things you don't like, some things that you don't want to acknowledge or accept, but this is the point. This is the point of having self-examination or doing self-examination and having a growth mindset. If you're really trying to genuinely make positive changes in your life, you have to face that which is most uncomfortable, that which you dread or fear the most about yourself. The good, the bad, and the ugly, so to speak. And the reason I say we have to face and reflect on our good qualities as well is because even with goodness and purity, we have to set limits or boundaries. And we have to learn to be selective and protective, as I always say, about who receives it and how much they receive. If not, even our good qualities can become self-defeating. Don't put yourself or your business on blast. Don't go running to social media with your problems or issues, putting everything on public display. Now, if you have a support group or a community group or a therapist or charity or organization you're receiving support from, that's different, reaching out for help that way. So regardless of your age, race, gender, status, intelligence, money, don't ever get to a point in life where you feel you can't learn or you can't grow, you can't be corrected, or that you know everything. Absolutely no one is omnipotent or all-knowing, not any human being. So do the work, learn to check yourself, call yourself out in a growth mindset, loving, caring way, in a taking accountability way, and do the work so that you can be the healthiest version of yourself possible. So I hope this helps. Please leave your questions and comments down below and let me know if you feel self-examination is important and how do you hold yourself accountable. And thank you for joining me in this video. We'll talk soon.